Have you ever felt the sting of betrayal deep within your soul? The kind that lingers, haunting your every thought, making each moment a cycle of relived pain. Perhaps it was a friend who let you down, a partner who broke their promise, or a family member who failed to stand by you when you needed them the most. The emotional wounds inflicted by others can cut deeper than any physical injury, leaving a scar that seems reluctant to fade. In these moments of hurt, it is natural for our hearts and minds to seek retribution, to nurse our wounds with thoughts of justice or even vengeance. But what if there's another way, a path less trodden, yet offered by the wisdom of ages, a path that leads not to more suffering, but to liberation and peace? The teachings of Buddhism hold keys that unlock the door to such profound inner freedom. Within the calm embrace of these teachings, you'll discover powerful tools to not only navigate your sorrows, but transform them. In Buddhism, the first step towards healing is understanding. Understanding not just of the pain inflicted upon us, but also of the nature of pain itself, its impermanence, its connection to our desires, and ultimately, its ability to serve as a teacher. Let me take you back to ancient India, to a small village where Siddhartha Gautama, the man who would become the Buddha, lived during his quest for enlightenment. Surrounded by a world steeped in suffering and strife, Siddhartha witnessed the struggles of those around him. He saw the cycles of retaliation and revenge, how each act of harm metastasized into yet another, perpetuating an endless cycle of suffering. In his journey, he pondered deeply about the nature of suffering and how it might be overcome. According to the Buddha, life is inherently filled with dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction. This dukkha is an inescapable part of human existence, entwined with our desires, aversions, and ignorance. When someone hurts us, our immediate emotional reaction is to desire for that hurt to stop, and sometimes to wish hurt upon the other in return. But the Buddha taught that responding to injury with anger or vengeance only leads to more suffering, not only for others, but for ourselves. Imagine anger as a burning coal that we hold in our own hands, waiting for the right moment to hurl it at someone else. All the while, it is our own hand that is burning, suffering from the heat. And thus, anger not only stays with us, but consumes us. Buddhism offers a radically simple yet profound practice to deal with this: metta, or loving kindness. Metta begins with oneself. It is challenging enough to grapple with our hatred and hurt, but extending kindness towards oneself when one's thoughts are trapped in a loop of pain is an even bigger undertaking. Begin by closing your eyes, taking deep, deliberate breaths, and repeating a simple phrase: may I be happy, may I be well, may I be free from suffering. It is a mantra, not a magic cure, but a gentle reminder that peace begins with you, within your heart and soul. Consider this: if you had a child who was hurting, you wouldn't scold them further into pain. You would comfort them, hold them, and reassure them that everything will be all right. We forget to offer that same kindness to our own wounded hearts. Mahatma Gandhi, a historical figure deeply influenced by the teachings of nonviolence and introspection, famously said, "An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind." His life was a testament to the strength of forgiveness and the power of love over hate. Gandhi, like the Buddha, understood that true strength is found not in retaliation, but in the ability to forgive and extend compassion even to those who wrong us. Now, once you have begun to cultivate loving kindness within, the true challenge lies in extending this metta not just to yourself and those you love, but also to those who have caused you pain. This may seem counterintuitive, even impossible, but within this action lies profound liberation. Begin by saying, may they be happy, may they be well, may they be free from suffering. Notice how the energy shifts within you. the tight grip of anger loosens. The chains of retribution fall away. This practice is not about condoning harmful behavior or becoming passive to injustices. Instead, it is about releasing the burden of hatred that we carry within us. Forgiveness, according to the Buddha, is a gift we give ourselves. It frees us from the bondage of the past and allows us to step forward into the present with a heart unencumbered. Imagine a world where everyone practiced metta, a sphere brimming with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. The Buddha believed in the interconnectedness of all beings. What affects one affects all. By healing our own hearts, by choosing not to add to the suffering of the world, we begin to heal the world itself. A story from the life of the Buddha illustrates this wisdom perfectly. It is the tale of Angulimala, a bandit known for his ruthlessness, who sought to kill the Buddha. Yet, the Buddha did not flee from him. Instead, he stood his ground and spoke to Angulimala about the futility of his violent ways, about the liberation he could find in peace and forgiveness. Angulimala, touched by the Buddha's fearless compassion, renounced his violent life. This transformation stemmed from the Buddha's refusal to meet violence with violence, pain with pain. This ancient narrative resonates today, urging us to consider the power of changing one's heart through understanding and compassion. When you forgive, you are not weak, rather you embody the courage to step out of the cycle of suffering. How then do we carry this wisdom forward into the fabric of our daily lives? Often, our immediate environment can be riddled with small slights and misunderstandings. A cutting remark at the workplace, dismissal from a friend, or judgment from a loved one. These can accumulate and grow if left unchecked. The first step in transforming these moments is awareness. Notice when anger or hurt arise, acknowledge them without judgment, like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. When you approach these feelings with awareness, you cultivate a space of presence and patience. This is where choice resides, the choice to react with anger or respond with mindfulness. During such times, recall the words of the 13th century poet, Rumi. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Your hurt can be fertile ground for growth if tilled with patience and care. Imagine applying this practice as you navigate the world, understanding that you are human, that those who have hurt you are human and bound by the thread of shared suffering. It opens up opportunities to connect deeply, yet with equanimity, knowing that you have the resilience to heal and continue walking forward. In this sense, Buddhism asks us to dance with life's suffering rather than fight against it. As you do so, you might find a new kind of strength and peace, one not built on the absence of conflict or hurt, but despite it. This is alignment with the wisdom of impermanence, embracing change as the only certainty. Nobel Peace Prize laureate Nelson Mandela called upon forgiveness and reconciliation to rebuild a nation torn by apartheid. Imagine if Mandela had allowed the hurt and injustices of his past to dictate his actions. South Africa might have spiraled further into division. Yet, Mandela understood the transformative power of forgiveness as a force potent enough to raise a nation from the ashes of resentment. Take a moment now and reflect on the burdens you carry. Are there unaddressed pains that you hold, hoping one day to find justice or satisfaction from them? What would it feel like to allow them to dissolve, replaced by a clarity and peace born from understanding and compassion? This isn't a simple or fast process, but a sustained practice, a journey toward living with an open heart. In Buddhism, the concept of karma is integral. It's often misunderstood in the West. Karma isn't a cosmic revenge system, delivering reward or punishment, but a cycle of cause and effect that moves through countless lifetimes. Every thought, word, and action plants seeds for future experiences. Thus, by embracing compassion even toward those who harm us, we shift the cycle of karma. We plant seeds of peace instead of seeds of discord, freeing not just ourselves, but potentially those around us from cycles of hurt. Martin Luther King Jr. eloquently stated, Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Like the Buddha and others who have walked this path before us, let us consciously choose love over hate, compassion over retaliation, and peace over continued strife. In the quiet stillness that comes with forgiveness, we find the unassailable joy of liberation. We find that the very nature of our being is expansive, capable of embracing the totality of human experience with grace. What more significant gift can we offer ourselves and the world than to transform our suffering into an ever-flowing river of compassion? As you move forward, consider what might change if you applied even a fraction of this wisdom to your life. Begin with the small, everyday moments, a minor disagreement, an unexpected disappointment, and notice how your response can ripple into something larger. You are not alone in your journey. Each step you take in the direction of understanding and compassion is a step in tune with the countless others who have walked this path of liberation before you. Imagine the collective impact of millions choosing peace over anger, understanding over blame. If this message resonated with you, like this video and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you want to continue learning, subscribe to the channel. Let's walk this journey together, one lesson at a time.